So already, after only just a few days ago getting the first confirmation that greeters are going to be in Oddworld Soulstorm, we've already got new footage of them, and a lot of new footage. This is some really good stuff right here. I just played it just now, just so you've seen it. Basically, Oddworld Inhabitants have been releasing these little short, what do you want to call it, info clips about like the enemies and the characters and that sort of thing of Oddworld Soulstorm. They've been releasing these on Twitter over the past month or so, including a really good one, a Glocken one. But so basically they just released a couple of hours ago one about the greeters that has some really great footage of them. You can clearly see, you know, the new crisscross lasers, but most importantly, they've got new voices, which is really interesting. I was thinking, are they going to have new voices, or are they going to have like high-pitched Slig voices like they had in Abe's Exoddus? Because of course the reason they had those was simply because they didn't have enough memory in the files or whatever it is, and enough memory space when they were making a game to have new audio specifically for them, so they saved space by reusing audios just at a different pitch, or it's just a way of recycling basically. They don't have to add in new files, they just reuse the files that are already in the game and change pitch. Suddenly you've got whole new voices, you got here boy and all this sort of stuff. So that's why the greeters sounded like Sligs, just high-pitched. It was more of a necessity, I guess. So people have been speculating if they would have different voices now that they're in Soulstorm, and now that they don't have to worry about, you know, reusing sounds and that sort of thing. And the answer is they do have different voices. And first I was disappointed. I think that's just because it just sounded weird, you know, because you're so used to hearing, you know, hear them, hi, and all this sort of stuff, you know. But actually I do like the voices. I think they really add a sort of menace to them. That's sort of a similar menace to what they had in the old game, but now it's just slightly different. They're scary in sort of a similar way, but a different way. I don't know if that doesn't make any sense. I'm just trying to say how I feel about it. They really seem scary with these voices. I don't know why. And they did before with the old voices, but now it's like in a different way, if that makes sense. Now the thing I found interesting about it is the voices match the greeters perfectly, in my opinion. In terms of like, excluding the fact that, you know, we're used to hearing them with Slig voices. I mean, like, if I'd never heard or seen of a greeter before, and you showed me a picture of one and told me all about it, you know, that they were like vending machines that went wrong, you know, were designed to advertise and greet people, but, you know, now they kill people. This is exactly how I would imagine they sound. Like, you know, hello there! I can't do it, but, you know, that sort of thing. They sound very cheesy, very commercial, they match their grin. Or, speaking of which, I do find it weird that their mouth and voice isn't synced anymore by the looks of it. Like, they open their mouth when they fire their laser, but then, once their mouth closes, then, I guess a recording plays, you know, saying, welcome, or something like that, you know. Which is really weird. It just looks like it's delayed or something, but I don't know. I just don't understand why they don't open their mouth to speak. Like, they literally speak after their mouth closes. It's really weird. At the same time, I think it gives them a mechanical presence, like a very cheap sort of commercial presence. Like, it's just a recorded voice, basically. It sort of inputs further the idea that they're just machines designed for advertising. I think that makes sense. Like, they didn't bother trying to do that sort of thing. They just, you know, okay, they open their mouth and they say a recording. Like, they didn't bother to sync it. I'm talking about the bikers or the God Cartel, whoever made them. You know, it sort of suggests that they're, you know, mechanical, I guess. You know, cheaply designed mechanical robots, designed purely for advertising. So maybe that's what they were going for with that. But yeah, they have a really distinct menace about them now. You had that before, it's just different now, if that makes sense. They have a very FNAF-y feel to them now, if you know what I mean by that. And also this trailer, by the way, these trailers that have been releasing, these little infomercials, whatever you want to call them, not infomercial, but you know, they've got better footage than the trailers they've been releasing. Like, seriously, these are really good footage, and have more detail about the gameplay and all that sort of stuff. And from what I gather, because the trailer says, try to take on a greeter in combat, we dare you. So that suggests to me that these are like unstoppable. You know, so like whereas a Slig, you'll be able to take out, you know, throw a rubber ball at him or something, you know. But a greeter, you can't do that. These are sort of the unstoppable thing. A bit like they were in Abe's Exoddus, you know. You sort of just had to play by their rules. You couldn't really destroy them unless you like, well, you could destroy them, but like, they were really tough to take down. To a point, even a Slig, if you possessed a Slig and shot one, it took like 20 shots to kill it or something. They have these really unstoppable presence, which is really good, I think. Now, this trailer was really good. for the first time, I felt a sense for the game. I don't know if that makes any sense, but what I mean is it gave me a feeling about how the game is, how the game works. I'll explain what I mean. It's like the bit that really give me this sense of the game is when it shows the greeter coming along and putting out a fire. So that's really interesting. So now they're like, you want to cause a fire? Nope, the greeters just going to come along and extinguish a fire, which is really clever, a really good use of them as opposed to just security bots. They're like maintenance drones, I guess, which is quite interesting. But just seeing this greeter come along, like detecting your fire and coming along and extinguishing it, it extinguishes a bit, then it stops, it moves forward a bit, extinguishes a bit more that it's left behind. That just really, I don't know how to explain it, it just really put me into the game, if that makes sense. Like, it made me really think about the sandboxy nature, not sandboxy, I don't know, like the creative nature of what they're doing here. They've really created like something quite dynamic, I think. You can make all these different things, and then you've got all the different obstacles, like the greeters coming along and screwing with you and all that sort of thing. I didn't explain that very well, hopefully you get what I mean though. Oh yeah, and the other day they released a shorter version of the trailer they released a few days ago, but like with different sounds, so I'll play that. It's interesting that you can hear the greeter make a noise when it zaps Abe in that trailer, because I heard that and I thought it was Abe initially. So it's interesting that oh no wait, actually that's the greeter's voices, but of course didn't expect it to come from the greeter because we weren't used to hearing him sound like that. The next trailer.
Alright, now I want your slick pals positioned all around this place, cause we are not letting that ape guy get away from us again.
This trailer is really good. This one's a Glocken one, and it shows some more footage of Molluck The Glukkon, and it shows a shot of, I assume it's a baron from far away, judging by the necrom surroundings, but then it shows a shot of a TV, and on the TV is the new Brewmaster. He's on like some sort of Soulstorm brew channel, and there's a video of a Viker. It looks like he's holding a wine glass of Viker in the background, but holy damn, the new Brewmaster is wearing different clothes, and he looks really good. I like his clothes. And the text says, why would you something enterprises. I can't read that properly, it's too bright and too bad quality. These Twitter videos are really bad quality, I don't know why. But also, for like a split second, just before this TV part begins, you can see this like countdown thing, like 3, 2, 1, of like Mudokons getting shot, which is a really old clip. I don't know where it comes from, but yeah, that's been around for ages. So it's pretty funny that they've used it in this game. Ooh, and there's like one of those QR code thingamajiggies. I don't know what they're called. Yeah, they're called QR codes, aren't they? I wonder if I've got a thing on my phone that can actually do that. Okay, never mind. It's too bad quality for it to detect a code. I might be able to. I'll have a look. I have ways of making it higher quality, so I'll investigate that. But yeah, this trailer is really good, but this is the first footage that's been seen of the Brewmaster, so now the only Glocken we haven't seen is the new Slig. I keep calling him Drippik. The new Slig. But yeah, so that one's pretty good. Then you've got one about the Sligs. Pretty, you know, it shows a clear shot of the Slig holding his new gun, which is no longer the blunderbuss, which I think is a shame. This one looks more like a just standard machine gun, pretty boring. It's got a flying Slig flying about doing his thing. Yeah. It's got like, yeah, I don't know. This is the first one I saw, I think, and I was like, yeah, there's not much to say about that. Then finally there's one about the Mudokons, which is pretty boring. Not boring, but like, there's nothing really new in there to talk about, so yeah.
Faster, Al! We gotta go faster! Faster! I'm going as fast as I can, Kobe!
Hey, why'd you hold up? I could go for a sandwich right now.
We gotta get out of here! Come on, let's get out of here!
My tummy's growling.
But overall, this greeter footage and the new Glocken footage is pretty darn good if you ask me. I liked it anyway. I thought it was pretty good. You know, just the greeter one is the best one yet. That's probably the best thing they've ever released so far that I've seen of Oddworld Soulstorm, in my opinion. I really liked this trailer. I thought it's really good. It's the first time I've been given a sense of the game and the gameplay, if that makes sense. I thought it was really good, and I'm very much looking forward to battling these greeters when finally they release Oddworld Soulstorm.
Hello, follow me.